ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਨਿਊ ਡੈਮੋਕ੍ਰੇਟਿਵ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਦੇ ਇੰਡੋ ਕੈਨੇਡੀਅਨ ਨੇਤਾ ਜਗਮੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਸੰਸਦ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਨੂੰ ਨਸਲਵਾਦੀ ਕਹਿਣ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਬੁੱਧਵਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਹਾਊਸ ਆਫ ਕਾਮਰਸ ਤੋਂ ਕੱਢ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਸਥਿਤੀ ਉਦੋਂ ਪੈਦਾ ਹੋਈ ਜਦੋਂ ਜਗਮੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਹਾਊਸ ਆਫ ਕਾਮਰਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਮਤਾ ਲਿਆਉਣ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਸਰਬਸੰਮਤੀ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਸਨ ਕਿ ਆਰਸੀਐਮਪੀ ਨੂੰ ਨਸਲਵਾਦ ਦੇ ਮੁੱਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਹਾਊਸ ਮਾਨਤਾ ਦੇਵੇ। ਇਸ ਮਤੇ ਨੂੰ ਸਹਿਮਤੀ ਦੇਣ ਤੋਂ ਇਨਕਾਰ ਕਰਨ ਤੇ ਜਗਮੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੇ ਬਲਾਕ ਕਿਊਬਿਕ ਐਮਪੀ ਨੂੰ ਨਸਲਵਾਦੀ ਕਿਹਾ। ਇਸ ਹੰਗਾਮੇ ਦੇ ਨਤੀਜੇ ਵਜੋਂ ਸਪੀਕਰ ਐਂਥਨੀ ਰੋਟਾ ਨੇ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਰਾਸ਼ਟਰੀ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਦੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਆਗੂ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਅਸਧਾਰਨ ਸਿੱਟੇ ਵਜੋਂ ਬਾਕੀ ਦਿਨ ਸਦਨ ਤੋਂ ਹਟਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ। ਬਾਅਦ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪ੍ਰੈਸ ਕਾਨਫਰੰਸ ਦੌਰਾਨ ਜਗਮੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਨਸਲਵਾਦ ਖਿਲਾਫ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਬੁਲੰਦ ਕਰਨ ਤੋਂ ਉਹ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹਟਣਗੇ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਉਹ ਸਮੇਂ ਗੁੱਸੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਨ ਪਰ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਟੈਂਡ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਅਜੇ ਵੀ ਕਾਇਮ ਹਨ। ਦੱਸ ਦਈਏ ਕਿ ਜਗਮੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਭਾਵੁਕ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਆਏ ਅਤੇ ਇਸ ਗੱਲੋਂ ਉਦਾਸ ਸਨ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਸਲਵਾਦ ਵਿਰੁੱਧ ਕਾਰਵਾਈ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ। ਅਸੀਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਚਾਉਣ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਕੁਝ ਤਾਂ ਕਰ ਹੀ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਇਸ ਲਈ ਮਨਾ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ।
So we're in a moment right now, as we all know. There's been people taking to the streets demanding action on systemic racism. Thousands of people across the world are saying we need to do something about it. We've seen people marching in Canada, across the country, people marching in the States. And some people thought that this wasn't a Canadian issue. This was an American issue, and people were marching in solidarity with people in the US who were demanding action. But for a lot of racialized people, for a lot of Black and Indigenous and people of color, this has been a problem in Canada as well. Systemic racism exists in Canada. So we also have seen some horrible examples in the past couple of months. We've seen these images that are burned into our minds, images of Indigenous people being beaten up and brutalized. We saw images of an Inuk man getting doored, Chief Adam being beaten up over an expired license plate. And then we've seen RCMP involved in the killing of Indigenous people. Chantal Moore killed in a wellness check, and Rodney Levi killed. And so in this moment where Indigenous people are being killed and being brutalized, Black people are being killed and brutalized in Canada, we have not seen any action. There's been no action. The Prime Minister took a knee but didn't bring any policy changes. In the States, they moved quicker on some policy changes than even Canada. And we think Canada is a progressive country. But Canada did not bring forward any changes to the federal policing. So people are angry, people are frustrated. So today we brought forward a motion. And the motion was a pretty simple motion. Tackling systemic racism is going to take a lot of work and a lot of effort. But there's some clear steps we can take. One is to call out that yes, indeed, everyone in this House, the House of Commons in Parliament, acknowledges that there is systemic racism in the RCMP. Let's name that and make it clear. And then we went on in the motion to lay out some really clear steps. De-escalation should be your priority. I don't think anyone can disagree with that. We should be reviewing use of force because people should not be brutally beaten up over an expired license plate. And we put forward some changes around, shouldn't we respond to a health crisis with healthcare workers? Shouldn't they get funding instead of police? And in that moment, we put forward this motion that I thought, given where we are, given what's going on, given the lack of action, here's something we can do concretely to actually make a difference. And when the motion was presented, I heard a lot of people saying yes. And the speaker was about to move forward and accept that there was a lot of yeses. And then I heard one no. And the speaker didn't hear it. And then that MP repeated louder so he could be heard. And I looked back, and he saw me look back and kind of shocked that anyone would say no to this motion. Federal jurisdiction, clear path to do something about systemic racism in a moment where everyone's demanding action. And I looked back and I saw that MP not only say no, but make eye contact with me and just kind of brush his hand, dismiss it. And in that moment, I got angry. I'll be honest, I got angry. But I'm sad now. Because why can't we act? Why can't we do something to save people's lives? We can do something. And why would someone say no to that?
Bureau Report, .tv NRI